The night hung heavy around me, its darkness like a shroud over my heart. It had been 2 months since my husband's passing, and the pain still echoed in every corner of my life. Tonight, as the moon cast an eerie glow on the world outside, I found myself unable to escape the memories that haunted me. Restless, I decided to go for a walk. The silence of the street was broken only by the faint hum of distant traffic and the rustling leaves beneath my feet. But it wasn't long before I felt an unsettling sensation, a feeling of being watched. My skin prickled, and I glanced over my shoulder, my heart skipping a beat. A figure, indistinct yet strangely familiar, seemed to hover at the edge of my vision. My steps quickened, and the figure matched my pace, his shadowy presence dogging my every move. Fear clenched at my throat, and I increased my speed, hoping to leave behind this eerie pursuer. But no matter how fast I walked, the figure remained, a persistent phantom. The night seemed to close in around me as I turned down alleyways and side streets, the figure never far behind. Panic gnawed at my insides, and tears blurred my vision. Could it be him? Could my husband's spirit be lingering in this world, trying to reach out to me? Finally, I found myself on the doorstep of my own home. My hand trembled as I fumbled for my keys, my heart pounding with a mixture of terror and anticipation. I stepped inside, closing the door behind me, and sank onto the couch, the weight of the encounter crashing down on me. The quiet of the house was interrupted only by my ragged breaths. My thoughts spiraled, torn between disbelief and longing. How could this be happening? It couldn't be him, but the echoes of his laughter and the warmth of his presence felt so real. With a shaky breath, I made a decision. Armed with a flashlight, I stepped back outside. The figure was waiting, still lingering in the shadows. My voice wavered as I called out, "Who's there?" The figure stepped forward, his face illuminated by the moonlight. My heart stopped. It couldn't be true, yet there he stood, my husband, his eyes mirroring the pain and love we had shared. A tear slid down my cheek, and I took a hesitant step closer. "Is it really you?" I whispered, my voice trembling. He didn't speak, but his hand reached out, fingers brushing mine. The touch was both ethereal and grounding, as if the boundaries between life and death had become fluid. I clung to his hand, afraid that he might disappear like mist in the morning sun. We walked together, our steps matched in a dance that spanned the realms of the living and the departed. The night wrapped around us like a cocoon, holding us in its embrace. Questions formed in my mind, words I longed to say, but the moment was too fragile for such heavy truths. As the first tendrils of dawn began to paint the sky, his grip on my hand began to fade. Panic welled within me, and I held on tighter, unwilling to let go. But his form grew translucent, his touch becoming fainter, until he was nothing more than a wistful memory. "I love you," I choked out, my voice breaking. His eyes held mine, a bittersweet smile playing on his lips. And then, with a whispered promise, he faded completely, leaving me standing alone on the precipice between two worlds. I returned home, the weight of the encounter settling on my shoulders. The morning light cast long shadows, and I felt a strange mixture of grief and comfort. For a brief moment, I had been given a chance to say goodbye once more, to bridge the gap between our worlds. As I watched the sunrise, I knew that his presence would forever linger in the corners of my heart, a love that transcended time and space.